Colin over there jamming out.
All right. Welcome to episode. Shit, what is this? I didn't even look.
66?
I was gonna go right into it without even looking. Episode 66 of Frag Logic.
Yes.
As you can see, Kale is without camera today, so he has a nice little temp image revived from previous shows.
I do have I am up on the YouTube channel streaming. Time Warner is being a bitch right now, so it could be a little stuttery over there because getting some latency issues. But my daughter's here with me today, and she has on cartoons. So if my mic sounds different or anything like that, it's because I'm using my Astro mic instead of my Yeti for today's show while she's watching her cartoons and doing the show. So tonight is an interesting night. A lot of things happening right now that you guys will find out probably this week. A lot of things in flux right now. So yeah, pretty crazy. But tonight's show, we are going to talk about obviously weekend gaming and start off with some of the games we played. New Shaq Fu. Advanced Warfare. I keep wanting to say Warfighter.
I know.
So
It should
anyway,
be illegal to pick a name that close.
yeah, I mean it's so close. So anyway, Advanced
really
Warfare
close.
trailer. We're going to talk some about that. I want to talk a little bit about Mario Kart 8. Only because of the feature set. I kind of went off on Twitter, was that earlier in the week, talking about Mario Kart 8. Sunset Overdrive, going to have some gameplay discussion about that based off of what we saw with the trailer and kind of speculation on how the game is going to play out. Then we're going to get into Microsoft E3 stuff. So pretty awesome show.
Also, I forgot to put it on there, but Epic talking about Unreal today, right? I think they did.
Unreal
Or
Tournament?
is it Thursday? I think
It's May
Thursday.
8th. It's the 8th.
It's Thursday? Okay.
Yeah.
So they're doing a live stream talking about the future of Unreal Tournament is what the news announcement said.
Yep.
So we'll probably talk about that real quick later on as well.
Somebody wanted to know what song I played. It's called Pomo Vibrator. What is she doing? Can you hear my daughter?
Yeah.
She's going nuts right now.
Uh,
She's singing along. She's singing along. So yeah, starting off with weekend gaming, I played Titanfall. Obviously, we had a tournament, 2 tournaments actually played in. I played in a 3v3 and a 5v5. And then I played Loadout. We had a new rank system that went in this past week. So I played a little bit of that to test it out, see where my rank was. Colonies Online. This is a early access game, co-op kind of shooterish. It's kind of like, do you remember? I think I'm gonna call it Broforce on the iOS and Android.
you always talk about Broforce, man. Always
It's-
talking about Broforce.
I think it's kind of like that, but
Is this a phone game or is it PC?
it's PC.
Colonies Online?
Yeah. So I played some of that today. I downloaded it like last week, but for whatever reason, when you downloaded it, they didn't have the install ready when it launched on Steam. So I literally saw it the moment that it got put on Steam, and there was already like 15 or 20 posts on the Steam forums like, I can't download this game, and it's like $15 or $10 or something like that to buy.
Yeah.
So people were all upset about that. And then I downloaded an Android game that I'm playing that was made by a buddy of mine called Spelltronic. So I'm going to show you guys here. You guys see it over there on YouTube? So you spell words as these little robots move down the screen. It's $1.99. Pretty difficult, but it's fun. Like, it's difficult to the point where it's like, how did I not know that word? And then you miss it, and you're like, oh my god. So it's fun. I got Christy to play it a little bit, and we both seem to be kind of digging it. She actually beat my score, and then we teamed up to beat someone else's score at work. So, because you can see, obviously, two sets of eyes, you can see more. It's kind of cheating, but whatever.
It's definitely cheating.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. We beat Walter. That's all that matters. And that's it. So those are games I played for the weekend.
Yeah, I have a really boring weekend. It was just Titanfall, and then I worked a bit on the league we talked about last week, and documentation for that. So that was it. We had the 3v3 Last Titan Standing tournament on Friday, and then Sunday we had a 5v5 game battles variant tournament with CTF, Hardpoint, and LTS. So played in those two. Also practiced them on Saturday. Things are picking up on Titanfall. They actually announced $1,500 for the ladder on GB this week, and they also are holding a $500 free entry tournament on the 24th. And UMG announced this week a $1,000 ladder. So things are picking up on the Titanfall front.
I'm pretty excited for all this Titanfall stuff. It's pretty exciting. So
hopefully they can do some small like tuning stuff to make it a little bit more spectator friendly as well. And spectator mode would be nice too in the future.
It'll be pretty exciting to actually see teams take it seriously. And what's going to be even more interesting, Colin, is watching some of the players that have been shitting on Titanfall from a competitive standpoint all of a sudden be like, oh my god, Titanfall is having tournaments. Hey, I need a team of 5. I need a team of 4. Let's go. That's the shit I can't wait for, because I'm going to be laughing my ass off when those bitches come back like they were just dogging the game. Like, it's so terrible. It's so bad from a competitive standpoint, playing pubs, right? Yeah. And then they get into it and get slapped, and they're going to get slapped for a while until they catch up. So it'll be interesting seeing that.
One of the UMG guys tweeted earlier today, like, hey, Call of Duty guys, there's a $1,000 ladder for Titanfall with some easy money. And it was like, oh, you're putting them in for torture and pain. Because they don't know what's going to happen when they try and come over. They try and get that easy money.
Easy money, right? Yeah. But yeah, the two tournaments that we played in, I played a 3v3. I played with Wraith and Orange, and I mean, as a team, we haven't played a whole lot of matches together. And then us three, it was like we had the only thing that we played was that 3v3 internal scrim that we did one day. And our first match was against Zengens, of all people to play, with a team that hadn't played. Yeah, it was like lopsided. They rolled us, and we were trying out a lot of different stuff, trying to counter the arc cannons, because we figured they were gonna go arc cannons. And then the 5v5, dude, we're right there. Like if we work on our hardpoint game, work on Last Titan Standing, I don't think too many teams are going to be able to hang with us on CTF from what we saw anyway. Played, I mean, we rolled people badly on CTF, and I feel like that's probably our strong suit. We just haven't played a lot of hardpoint in LTS, and on top of that, haven't played a lot together as a team, just because of conflicting schedules. So over the next couple weeks, I'm actually looking forward to everyone buckling down and starting to take it, I won't say more seriously, but just like making time to scrim and stuff.
Yeah, versus having 3 or 4 of us running pubs.
Yeah. So that should be pretty fun, and I'm looking forward to that. I don't know how we're going to divvy up the schedule. If the UMG and Game Battles tournament overlaps, we're just going to do a whole lot of GB and play a little bit of UMG?
Yeah, I don't know. I assume you play as little UMG as possible to get the bracket seed.
Brackets? Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, either way, I mean, for you guys that watched on Twitter this past weekend, it was a hell of a fun time. At one point, I want to say, I think I was telling Colin, I had the most Titanfall streamers. I was the #1 streamer for Titanfall for some small amount of time. But it was actually the first time I actually posted a video on YouTube saying I was also streaming, so that kind of helped bolster that up a little bit. But it was, dude, it was definitely fun. Like, it was intense. The second matches were all super, super close. We lost a 4-3 at the buzzer. I think we probably would have won that fight.
We're probably one charge rifle shot away from winning.
Yeah, from winning that LTS and winning 2-0. Because, like, going into it, our mindset was basically that we wanted to win the LTS because of the second map was CTF, and we knew we were going to blow them CTF, and we won 3-0, 4-0 on Angel City.
4-0, yeah.
4-0. And then on the hard point, it was close. We lost by 47 points, but they were up by 100. It was like both games we played on hard point, we were down by 100 points and then had to mount a crazy comeback when they already had 300. So it was like, I think you said it best. We had excellent second half adjustments. Like, we realized how we needed to play. Right. We realized how we need to play halfway into the match, and then it was like a slaughter fest on our part. But it was just too late, too little, too late for a lot of that. So it's going to be fun, doing all this stuff.
Over the next few weeks as Titanfall starts ramping up.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for weekend gaming. Let me see. Switch over to current topics. Actually, I'm gonna include Shaq Fu in this because I don't have a whole lot on this. It's just, hey guys, do you remember Shaq Fu? Hey guys, do you remember Shaq Fu, that fighting game with Shaq? Well, they just reached their funding goal on Kickstarter. They were asking for $450,000. They closed out at $473,000. Now Indiegogo, correct. The weird thing about this is, like, dude, Shaq, if he wanted to, you could just put up $1 million and just be done. Like, he's promoting the game? Like, he's talked about it.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty risky investment, though, because it's not going to make money. There's just no way. It's not like a AAA title or anything.
Wait, hold on. How many people in the chat have played? How many people in the chat have played Shaq Fu? Some of you guys are probably too young to even know what Shaq Fu was.
I'll say probably none. I don't think one person in chat has actually played Shaq Fu.
I played Shaq Fu. I can't wait to see this. Anybody on YouTube too? Anybody? Shaq Fu.
There's no one.
No? I can't be the only one. I feel so ghetto.
Nope.
Wow.
Let's play Shaq Fu, man.
Wow. 4 no's?
5 no's. 6 no's. 7 no's. No one's played it but you.
No one's played Shaq Fu except for me. I'm just too fucking. I'm just too fucking black, I guess. I guess only black people played Shaq Fu. Wow.
It wasn't a good game.
Markin played it? No, Markin said he played it.
You have not played it. Yeah, whatever.
Instant classic. Oh, trolling. Oh, okay. So anyway, it reached its funding goal. I don't have high expectations for the game, obviously, but it is cool nonetheless because that's one of the games that I feel like could probably reach a funding goal if it was low enough. The other one that I really, really want to see funding for, but they've tried twice now and failed, is Mutant Football League. Just not happening. I don't know why. It's just not happening.
I have more interest there than Shaq Fu.
So, yeah. Anyway, Shaq Fu. That was one thing I wanted to mention. Now, moving on to the meat and potatoes today.
I'm having problems.
Advanced Warfare trailer. Now, Colin, I don't know if you saw my video that I made for Advanced Warfare, but I made a little, like, 2-minute video talking about the trailer a little bit. I am legitimately excited that Kevin Spacey is potentially playing the villain, which it sounds like it from the trailer, in this game. I'm actually excited for a single-player Call of Duty experience because I want to see what happens to Kevin Spacey. I don't know why that he particularly, I mean, I think I know why, but I don't know why he would spark interest for me to play a single-player Call of Duty game. Maybe it was the way the trailer was presented. Maybe it's just because it's Kevin Spacey. Maybe it's because I'm watching House of Cards. Who the fuck knows? I don't know, but I'm interested in playing the single-player. Now, the multiplayer aspect of it, which potentially in question, from what we saw in the video, there was a lot of very synonymous things that we've seen in other games in Advanced Warfare. Exoskeleton suit, which seemed like you could, punch people. At one point, at the end of the trailer, I want to say it became a full mech suit, had armor over you. You looked
Yeah,
a
it was
little
like a
bit
small.
taller.
It was like a Planet Side 2 mech. I think it probably. Like
Yeah, it was like a Planet Side 2 mech. Kind of reminded me of the Titan and Titanfall, just a bit. I mean, just a bit.
Smaller.
Smaller, just a bit. But then there was also stuff like wall climbing. Did you see that? Put the little
Yeah.
suction things on there. He started climbing walls. Then they were showing off stuff like these super jumps, like he had jump boots or something like that that was making him jump really far. I mean, it sounds like to me. It sounds like if you play Titanfall, you'll be preparing yourself for Advanced Warfare. Some people were saying Crisis as well, but I mean, just from the looks of that trailer, it
I'd say
seems
Crisis
like
is
there's.
a closer comparison.
I think you're right. I think the Crisis is a closer comparison. Nevertheless, I mean, a lot of these things are in, some games that have a little bit different feel to them. Titanfall, obviously, wall running, wall climbing, wall jumping, double jumps, mechs. Advanced Warfare now is going to have, I'm going to call it mechs because it's that last shot was a literal mech. It was a
I call
mech.
it a battle suit. Personally.
It was a mech. He was fully armored, and he was definitely big and bulky. I mean, they did show exoskeletons, but he was big and bulky. And he shot some huge shot out of his rifle arm. The fucking mech.
Okay. Yeah, so already banned super jumps and wall climbing.
So, I mean, I'm interested in Advanced Warfare from what I saw from the potential, what could be potentially actual gameplay footage that we're going to see. Some overlap there from the trailer to actual gameplay. But, I mean, I don't know if the changes are going to be welcoming because, I mean, people are shitting on Titanfall if they play Call of Duty. They're like, what is this? Where are my guns? Where's all the content? This game
The single
sucks.
thing which I enjoyed the most was seeing the same people that said that Titanfall looked like COD, making the snarky comment saying that COD AW looks like Titanfall. It's like, really? Like you can have it go both ways. So now COD is copying Titanfall, which copied COD. Like, really? You can do that?
I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to. I think when this game releases, that
There's going to be so much snark.
yes, there's going to be a lot of that, and there's going to be a lot of hypocrites. There are going to be a ton of hypocrites.
Yeah.
When this game comes out, a shit ton of hypocrites, and I can't wait. I'm excited to see the hypocrisy from the gaming community when Advanced Warfare drops, and there's so much overlap from other games, from movement to abilities to all that. And I can't wait to see the tweets. It's going to be interesting.
I'm kind of curious to see how the community responds to it because it's different than the past 5 CODs, which have all been pretty damn similar.
Yeah.
Like weapons have changed, equipment's changed, kill streaks have changed a bit, but not like the base gameplay, which seems like this will bring about some changes. No matter what, like the armor suits are going to end up basically creating a vehicle type component, which hasn't been around since COD 3, which was poorly received.
Yeah, to say the least.
The best way to put it. And then you have just the more vertical nature of the gameplay if the wall scaling stuff's going to come to fruition in multiplayer. So
Right.
it'll be interesting to see what people think. Obviously, the COD competitive community has to like just go along for the ride, which is always the issue with that game franchise.
Is it really an issue though?
Like,
I think it actually.
Just need to. I mean, it's like a good thing and an awful thing at the same time. Because if this game, like for whatever reason, was just unplayable competitively and it sucked, they're screwed. Because most of their funding comes from Activision. Like it's the $1 million tournament every year.
Right.
So
That's
I
true.
mean, like they have to go along with it. So I kind of interested always from that standpoint. And now this one actually has some significant changes. So it's not just like, yeah, it's pretty similar, but it's worse, which was kind of how the last couple of titles have been, you know?
Right. I'm actually wanting to see if the teams are going to shake up. If there's going to be like a big, huge team shake up.
They always shake up.
No, I mean like I don't mean
They're
from
in a
a no
perpetual
no no.
state of shaking up.
Don't think it. No, I'm not talking about like.
They're Diet Coke and Mentos
I'm
shaking
not
up all
talking
the time.
about the team changing. I'm talking about the top teams being at the top.
Oh, okay.
If it's going to dramatically change, like if this game is so different that it's going to dramatically change who the top, 8 teams are, um, and I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I mean, hopefully some things will remain the same, and I'd like to see some consistency there. But I think that this game could potentially be the one that, if you were ever interested in competitive Call of Duty, this might be the one to hop in and say, okay, let me give this a shot.
Maybe. MLG's format is starting to get really protective again. So, we'll see.
Yeah. Um. So that's pretty much it on the Advanced Warfare trailer. There's not too much there to analyze and talk about. I am kind of interested to see how you guys feel about it. Are you guys excited for House of COD? Yeah, I see that characters House of COD with Kevin Spacey. Is this going to be a game that you want to play for the single player for once? I can't really say hello, Elite. What's up? I can't really say that I've been interested in a Call of Duty single player in a long time. So, first one for me.
I don't think I played a COD campaign since COD 4.
I played COD 4. I played a little bit of Modern Warfare 2. Uh, and I played Call of Duty 2. Man, that
I played
campaign was that play,
I
that
played that
campaign was
campaign
so
like 4 or 5
good.
times.
That
Yeah,
campaign was so good.
I played that 4 or 5 times. So, all right, hop on down to. You want to talk about Mario Kart?
Mario Kart, Mario.
Speaking of competitive titles,
Yes. Nintendo turning a new leaf. Mario. Chrissy said, "I love Mario Kart."
wasn't New Leaf the name of the last Animal Crossing game? I think that's right. Target
Maybe.
New Leaf.
So Mario Kart 8, Nintendo, and you guys probably saw me on Twitter making a little big deal about this. It's a little big deal because I didn't go on for too long about it. But they announced that they're going to have a number of features that I think Colin and I have probably been asking for from the competitive scene for quite some time, I would say.
For Mario Kart or just in
No,
general?
for in general, like as a
Okay.
for a shooter, I think the one that we always look at is, hey, Bungie did this on Halo 3. Why hasn't anyone else
Right.
done this? And then
Why
Call
is
of
this
Duty came
gone
along.
entirely now?
Yeah, theater and stuff like that started to come along. Um, but they're gonna have the ability to save your videos from races and edit them while you're in game. You're gonna be able to record the entire footage of a race and then get all however many racers there are perspectives in the race, and then you can cut the race accordingly to make a 30, 60, 30, 40, or 60-second clip, or you can post the entire race online. Um, that's pretty much one of the things I think we've been asking for a long time is having theater mode, which is essentially theater mode. I want to say this is a lot more common in racing titles, but nevertheless, I mean, for Mario Kart to do it and then say, hey, you're going to have the ability to host online customizable tournaments, it's like a twofold. Like, how awesome would it be to be able to set up our own recurring tournament in Titanfall or in Gears of War or in Halo or in whatever, and have people show up and play? Like, you can, based off of what we read here, you can have people search by a specific code. You can have them search by a racing type. You can have your friends just join. You can have general public access to it. I mean, that sounds awesome to me from a tournament structure standpoint, in addition to saying, hey, not only are you going to have tournaments, but every single match, you can record exactly what happens. Oh, you got a cheater? Oh, we got it recorded. He was doing X, Y, Z while he was playing. You know what I'm saying? And that's awesome. It's awesome to see them doing that. And then you see the tie-in kind of with Smash coming up at E3 with them focusing on that competitive tournament, right? So, I mean, Nintendo complete about face with a lot of the stuff that they're doing with their big hit titles, and I'm pretty damn excited.
It's just so strange. I'm still just super hesitant to trust Nintendo on the newfound support. Um, But I mean, it's all good. You know, it's all good features and it's stuff that everyone wishes they had done a while ago, and it's stuff that the Wii especially has always slacked on as the online stuff and the out of game stuff. So this is all big first steps for Nintendo, finally jumping on board with the internet.
Now, if you were to host a tournament right now, when we talked about the league, if you were to host a tournament and you wanted to have an online structure, pick any game, how exactly would you do it?
That's rough because so many games have like you need people online at the same time to play. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mario Kart's a good example of a game that doesn't really need that because you can just run the races literally all in a row and then finish the tournament really quickly. But running like a best of 3 in a shooter is difficult. So really it works best with free-for-all or like solo games, and doing it with teams is always going to be super complex. If someone leaves, you're screwed.
Right.
You know, like your team is done if someone leaves and you get match made into that. So it's more difficult than you would think. So personally, like I said, I think like running it with free for all is really easy because you just like, hey, you do entry, you play until you're out, and then you get a prize or something. Or you can do it like they do and have recurring leagues, but recurring leagues are also difficult because people just won't show up.
That's true.
Your league's screwed.
That's true.
Like if you do matchmaking, if you do like people that you know, then you're limited because you have to know the people and get them all to sign up and all that stuff. So, like I said, I'm not sure it's a great solution for teams, but free for all is pretty straightforward. I think that just running a like round robin or single elimination type thing works really well.
I'm kind of interested to see if anyone going forward, and you know, obviously, this is the game I'm kind of looking for. I think in the future, because there's so many competitive guys, and that's Halo 5. With how they're going to structure their online scene from a competitive standpoint, because they have so many people ingrained, like that is all they played for. I don't know, their late teens up until adulthood is Halo, competitive Halo, and now they're working at Bungie. I'm kind of interested to see if they're going to take some type of structure that's going to have either built-in tournaments, matchmaking that's possibly, and you and I both played Battlefield Modern Combat, Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. They had this team function where I believe you could search as a team built into the game, and it would store your record. Remember that? I want to say we were 24 and 3 or 4, losing to like TGB and like a couple other guys that were really good at Battlefield. But I would like to see something similar to that kind of come back. Maybe you queue in a ladder or I don't want to call it ladder or season of kind of like game battles or whatever. Let's call it the game battles system, where you queue up with 4 guys, 5 guys. That's your team. You play with them every night, and each team that you play, that is, you know, it could be, I don't know if it's going to be best of 3 or whatever. They could do best of 3. But you play them, and that accrues a record for your team. I think that structure would kind of work if it's done properly, and I'm kind of wondering if Halo 5 is going to be the game that does that, because I'm looking for them to innovate, right? It's a new, like, it's Halo is the one that trend sets for consoles when it comes to innovation. So 343, I think I'm looking for them to kind of step up when it comes to that. I think they can.
So 6, you remember back in Halo 2 they had clan matches and clan playlists. You remember that? And then they actually removed it because no one was using it.
Using it, right. So again, that's a different age though. We're talking about a different time period.
Yeah, that's true. And there's more players now in general.
Yeah.
And everyone's more connected than ever
before.
Yeah.
So I would definitely like to see that stuff, and like I said, I think Halo 5 might be the one where we see more features kind of similar to, I don't want to say similar to Mario Kart 8, but just similar to the online competitive tournament style structure that we see with like a game battles or a UMG or any type of ladder system out there. Moving on. Blasting through this tonight. We got Sunset Overdrive. Colin.
Well, you talk most about this. I was having trouble loading the video before the show, so I'm going to try and get it up to watch with the chat.
With the chat? Okay.
If I can there's a new video, right?
There's a new video. It is the E3 reveal trailer that Came out like Friday or something like that. That sounds right. Maybe it might have even been yesterday. Anyway, it just recently came out, and Sunset Overdrive was a game that we saw and talked about last year as one of the games we were really excited for because they showed that trailer at E3, and then they went dark for 9 months, right? And so we really haven't heard anything from anyone about. I think Polygon actually posted something in February about Sunset Overdrive, but it wasn't something we talk about during the show. But now we've kind of seen a lot more. I want to say we've seen a lot more gameplay, but we've heard a lot more about what they're trying to do in terms of gameplay, multiplayer, single player, and the characters in the universe have all kind of been brought to light. Now, if I can find the website, I didn't list the website there. Oh, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Now I have to find the website. But from what I gathered and looked around and stuff, if you guys don't know, Sunset Overdrive is a Xbox One exclusive game. It's being developed by Insomniac Games. They actually have a promo right now for this Overcharged Delirium XT energy drink, which is what the website that they made, the promo website. It might be just sunsetoverdrive.com. Let me type that in and see if that's it. But it's like a really weird website that they put together.
I don't see any new video, by the way.
Colin, you're killing me right now.
I see the E3 video from last year.
No. All right. I'll find it for you.
Or chat can go ahead and link me. I don't see anything. And their website has a couple of videos, but they won't play in Chrome, apparently.
That's Shaq Fu. Hold on, guys, while I find this. There it is. For Colin. Here's the Polygon article for the chat. You guys can read it here. Boom. That has just about everything, I think, including the video. So, Colin, if you want to pop that up, you can. The website for Overcharged,
That's
it's
last
called...
year's, man. It's last year's.
It's not.
E3 2013. That's last year. There's no videos.
Maybe I was looking at the website.
I'll show it, though, in case they haven't seen it.
Oh, in case you haven't seen it. That's fine. I didn't realize they put the 2013 reveal trailer there. I thought it was the new one. I could have sworn I looked at a new one. Anyway, the new information that they have is regarding the Overcharge Delirium, which is this energy drink that I think that they're going to be selling, or at least letting you taste literally at these promo events.
Did you see the nutritional information on that? Did you expand it?
I didn't. What does it say on it?
800 milligrams of caffeine is what it says.
Really? Oh my God.
Imagine whatever they're giving is not going to be like that.
Well, I saw some of the pictures from the studio. They literally have these Delirium cans, overcharged cans sitting on like an Xbox One. I saw a picture of that. So I legitimately think they're going to give people that are tasting this or checking out the game the drinks at these promotional places. So at E3, you're going to be able to check it out June 9th. Comic-Con, July 26th is what this lines up with in San Diego. Gamescom, and August 13th in Cologne, Germany. PAX Prime, August 30th in Seattle, Washington. And those are the dates that they have listed out, and that's on the Overcharge website as well. But it seems like, I mean, again, this is from the video, and you guys can watch the E3 one. I'll have to see if I can find the other one that I'm thinking of. Maybe it was just one that was clipped differently. I'm not sure. But it was not the E3 one that is in that Polygon. But anyway, there's wall running, it looks like zip lining. But the new stuff that they talked about, they said it's going to be a unique multiplayer experience. And from the looks of the E3 trailer, if you guys are watching that one, it seems like it's like a co-op experience, right? But they said the single player is not going to have co-op. So the single player is literally going to be by yourself. And the multiplayer experience is probably going to envelop some of that co-op stuff. So that's my hunch from kind of looking at stuff. Art direction, obviously super cartoony. Looks like it doesn't take itself too seriously. If I read you guys some of the game characters, I took a couple of them because they're absolutely like just nuts. Buck National's character, famed host of the hunting show Buck National versus the Animal Kingdom, will be signing copies of his special Buck National versus Healthcare. That's like a description of one of the characters. Mayor Arnold Renner. Mayor Renner will be shotgunning the first honorary can of overcharge of the evening. Please note, he won't kiss babies anymore since the incident. All right. There's another one that says this is one of the places in the game. You can see it. Some images on the website. Sex Burger restaurants. If you're feeling a little unattractive, be sure to stop by Sex Burger, where every meal comes with a free side of sex appeal. Japanese Heritage Museum is another place that's in the game. So obviously it's not going to take itself too seriously. And I think we talked about this last year, Colin, but the game has a jet set radio vibe.
Very much so.
So if you guys played that game, it's one of the games that, from an artistic standpoint, I really enjoyed it. I didn't play it a whole lot, but it was a fun game.
Seems like it's almost like an FPS jet set radio to me. Like that's what the impression I get. Yeah, I just played the E3 video from last year. I imagine, really, I hope they have it playable at E3. It seems like it's about time for that. Because they haven't shown anything, right? They haven't shown anything for all year, actually. No details whatsoever until now.
Yeah. And they actually have a Twitter account that they're manning for their mascot, which is like Physico, something like that. I put it in the notes. I don't know if you read any of the tweets. I'm gonna read one.
Yeah, I looked a little bit.
Fizzy Says is the name of the Twitter account, and one of them, like, they actually directed it at Coca-Cola. They literally at Coca-Cola for this. Overcharged Delirium XT, the drink that doesn't have flame retardant chemicals in it like Coca-Cola. It's like, really?
Linked, yeah.
Then they linked the LA Times. It's like, wow. Okay.
Pretty aggressive on the PR front.
So yeah, I mean, they got some interesting stuff going on. The big thing again, Colin, is this push on the wall running, zip lining, crazy ass movement.
It's the future. Every game now is gonna have crazy movement. That's the future. Hopefully, it just keeps going further and further until we're just like.
Until we're back at playing Unreal.
Until we're back to playing Unreal. So, see, you have to kind of like lead them in, so like it's movement, but then it's still easy to shoot, and then just keep going one step further until it's like, all right, movement and it's difficult to shoot, and then we're like, all right, let's go. So you just gotta lead them in.
Read the fine print at the bottom of the Overdrive drink page too. It's pretty funny. Hold on, let me see. Physico is also not responsible for any illness or problems that may occur from drinking overcharged Delirium XT, including but not limited to urinary tract infections, tummy aches, gross burping, water intoxication, acid reflux, heart attack, depression, tripping embarrassingly, urinating a lot, urinating way too much, gastrointestinal reaction, brain aneurysms, disturbing fantasies, assault and battery, poor judgment, pregnancy, itching, aggression, uncoordinated dancing, and death. Drink at your own risk. Love at your own risk. A lot of attitude. I like it. I like the personality.
Yeah. The game seems almost too bright. Like that's my only concern is that it might be too much. But I'll see. It's definitely a change of pace, which is much needed. So
okay.
Yeah, that's really what I want.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty much interested in the gameplay. From the video, it seems like they're going to have a lot of crazy weapons. You know, in that the E3 2013 trailer reveal, you see a guy shooting like vinyl discs at those, and it looks like those monsters are like filled with the overcharged drink. Like they bleed orange blood.
He also jammed an overcharged drink into his shotgun at the end, and then shot like a giant
bomb,
blast
like
of energy.
nuclear
Yeah.
bomb. Yeah. So, I think that there's going to be a lot of interesting gameplay elements to it. I'm really kind of interested to see how PvP plays out, if that is a thing.
I was like,
Um,
said anything? Yeah.
we haven't heard anything, and the only thing that we've heard is there's an article over on GameStop which talks about the multiplayer very loosely, and I have seen their Twitter account, and they seem like they're pretty responsive on their Twitter. It seems like they've been basically responding to a lot of questions. I saw some people ask if there's going to be a demo, which they responded. Nothing is finalized yet. We haven't been given a date. It's just too soon to tell. So I think some interest is there. And obviously from you guys, it was a game that you guys seemed like you all were excited about when they unveiled it last year, and it's something that you guys have asked us to talk about a number of times on the show. So, all in all, I feel like this might be one of those sleeper, I don't want to call it a sleeper hit games, but one of those ones that creeps up on you that might be kind of memorable and have a nice little community to go along with it.
Seems cool.
But I can't. One thing that is definitely going to be cool is that it's an Xbox One exclusive. So Microsoft got an exclusive with that.
One of the few.
One of the few. So. You kind of want to segue this discussion into Unreal, and then go into Microsoft E3.
Yeah,
or you want to?
There's not really much on the Unreal front, but I'll go.
I guess just kind of speculating, really.
Yeah. So
until the 8th.
On Thursday, well, earlier this week they said that they'll be doing a reveal of the future of Unreal Tournament on the live stream on Thursday at I think noon, if I remember right. Hold on. Future of UT. This kind of came out of left field.
It did.
Personally, because obviously you and I are both Unreal fans. I'm more of a Quake guy. But
I'm more of a Quake guy.
Unreal's still right there, like they're neck and neck. I mean, everyone is one or the other, and then you usually like the other one,
Right.
So I'm more of a Quake guy. Unreal's right there though. But yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere. Everyone had kind of assumed that the franchise was either on a long hiatus or just done. UT3 wasn't very successful financially. It also wasn't like a big graphical powerhouse to showcase the engine, which is what Epic traditionally has done.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that, and then also you hadn't heard anything about it. Like Cliff has been on record saying multiple times that he wants to work on another Unreal game or another Unreal style game. So you would think that if that was a possibility, he'd still be at Epic, is what my personal interpretation was, which made that announcement that they were going to be doing something with Unreal even more surprising to me when they said it earlier this week. So I'm curious to see what they have. I am hoping that it also finds its way to consoles, even though I'll probably play it on both.
Actually, I'm anticipating something community driven. That seemed like based off of was it Mark Rain that made that tweet?
It was like all of them had tweets.
Okay. It's really hard to tell right now.
Hand the reins over to the community for it. Like that wouldn't surprise me at all if that was the approach they did. It was like, here's a platform. We've made 3 maps, and we have the tools for you to make a ton more maps, and here's some assets, and go nuts, and that kind of thing.
I actually can't wait for it. Whatever it may be, everyone knows at this point, I'm a huge Unreal guy. I always called Unreal. We always talk about Unreal, I think, periodically on the show. I'm more of the Unreal. Here's Quake. Probably about right here for me. I grew up playing... Yeah, by you, because I don't play Quake that much. I grew up playing Unreal, so, it's just one of those games that I really enjoy all around. So anything that they announce regarding the game making a possible comeback, you can bet your ass I'm going to be playing it. I don't think I'll be playing it as intensely as I was in the past, but it's definitely something I will play. And if it gets put in Unreal 4 engine, oh god, it's gonna look gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's gonna look awesome.
if it is something community driven, I'd like to actually get involved in some way. Like that'd be cool.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it on the Unreal stuff. I'm gonna just segue right over into Microsoft at E3, and this is all speculation. We typically do a pretty thorough analysis and breakdown, like the show before E3. So E3 is June 10th through the 12th, and I think that's a Tuesday through Thursday or something like that. So on the 10th, we'll be talking about E3, but the week before, which should be the 3rd, we'll be talking about E3 more in depth. We'll probably have more, as they make announcements for games, we'll probably be talking about it each week leading up to E3. But Phil, is it him? I think that was who was quoted here. Phil Spencer, if I'm not mistaken. Phil Spencer on Twitter was basically talking to fans and answering questions, and GameSpot put a nice little article together over basically what he talked about and what people can expect at the show. He said there's going to be a focus more on hardcore gamers. I think last year, obviously they were facing a lot of heat last year with a lot of their announcements from May, which is when they did the basically unveil of the Xbox One. So they were obviously fighting a lot of PR with Sony and stuff. But it seems like there's going to be a much more focus on hardcore gamers. It's more of a fan focus.
If you remember, after the 360, like the year after was when they made a huge game focus.
Right. So, I think last year's was more of a, hey, this is what we have. This is what tech is behind the system. This is what we plan to do with it going forward. Now this year is going to be like, hey, these are the awesome games that we have coming up. Check them out. They also said they're going to have a few announcements this month with regards to what's going to be coming out for games. I've had a ton of game announcements over the next couple weeks and stuff that's coming out, multi-plat and Xbox One exclusive. They're going to announce new studios that they're working with. And then Phil's made a comment that he said he's not allowed to talk about anything related to Halo. So I thought that was interesting. So you must have a lot of people wondering about Halo. You think we'll see any Halo at E3? They always end up showing like one trailer, right?
Right.
So we might see a new mysterious.
The video they showed last year said 2014, didn't it?
I think so. So we'll probably see some new Halo. I don't know if it'll be a cinematic or gameplay or a mix of both.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We'll see. He said, don't expect a Microsoft-made gaming handheld anytime soon. He said that their focus is going to be on Windows Phone, tablet, and maybe a controller support for those two things. So, I feel like, and we've had this discussion.
Play.
Yeah, we had this discussion a while ago, but I don't feel like, outside of maybe the 3DS, I think you could say the Vita, I just, me personally, I can't see myself getting back into handhelds when I have my cell phone, right? It's like, I would just rather play a game on my cell phone if I'm going to carry something around and play, games, right? So if I find something really intriguing, and I have been very adamantly looking for games that I feel like are a little bit more complex that will kind of fit that handheld game, but are on a phone because my phone can handle it, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking for now. So I can't really see myself even investing interest or time into a new handheld at all.
No, I am considering getting an iPad actually, just to play like some of the board games that I like to play on iOS because they're usually like iPad only because you can't fit that much stuff on screen.
Right.
And like Hearthstone is another one that's currently iPad only, but it'll come to iPhone. But in the end, you'll still want to the iPad will be a better experience in the end. And most of the gaming that I do is in my house. It's just like whenever I'm relaxing, kicking back, laying down, trying to go to sleep, or not trying to go to sleep. Like my gaming done on my phone.
Right.
So so the Wi-Fi restriction doesn't really hurt me in that case. So yeah, like I'm interested in getting an iPad for that reason. I'm not really interested in getting any handheld. Although there's some cool stuff for the 3DS.
3DS, I know there is. And that's again, that's one where I feel like if I were ever going to get one, it would definitely be a 3DS. But someone new making one, it'd be like you probably don't. You're not going to have the game arsenal. You're going to be way behind. Sure, your tech is
Yeah.
awesome, but like, come on, dude, you're not going to have anything that's going to be worthwhile to play.
That's the thing
So
though. Like, I want something right in that middle ground between the super casual stuff and a full game. You know, like I can't sit there and play like an 8-hour Zelda game on my 3DS. Like that's just not practical for me.
right, right.
I'd rather just play on an Xbox at that point.
Then he also said something about the Japanese market. We'll hear more about the games they're releasing there. And they're close to finalizing a release date for Minecraft on the Xbox One. So Minecraft going to be blowing up the blocks on Xbox One here soon. With all the horsepower that you have on the Xbox One when you're playing Minecraft. Yep. So that's pretty much it for the E3 announcements. I can kind of get into some speculation on stuff. Obviously, Destiny's going to be a playable PvP at E3. I think we mentioned. Did we talk about that last week? Or was that after the show?
Destiny?
Yeah.
I think we talked about it on the show.
Okay. Destiny's probably going to be the big thing there. Although I think they're probably going to be at Sony's booth rather than Microsoft's, based off of the relationship that they've kind of built there. So, and the demo that we saw, or the trailer, what is it called? Something Sky. Demon's Lair.
Demon's Lair.
Demon's Lair was played on a PlayStation 4. I don't know if you guys saw the icons there for the buttons. So I'm guessing that.
Big with Sony.
Yeah, I'm definitely guessing that from a Destiny standpoint, that'll be at Sony. Sunset Overdrive, I'm hoping something is there. Halo, I just don't see them doing anything with Halo until right before the game is about to launch, when they make announcements and start pumping it out. But maybe we could see something there. I'm trying to think of some more Xbox One exclusives, but I just can't remember that many. For some reason, I remember more Sony exclusives than Xbox right now. Like The Order is one. We could see something with Uncharted. I'm imagining we're going to see another trailer from Sony on Uncharted. I can't really think too many Microsoft things that we're going to see. Watch Dogs is going to blow its wad right before the show. May 27th is when that comes out. So,
right.
And you know what's really crazy to me? I still don't feel like we've seen a lot of Watch Dogs. Do you feel like we've seen a lot of Watch Dogs?
There's not a bit. They showed a bunch of the multiplayer stuff recently in a video, which we showed, or I think we might have talked about. I'm not sure. It's everything I've seen has been uninteresting. So
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I know they've been playing their ads on YouTube quite a bit, ramping up all this month, but I don't feel like people are talking a whole lot about Watch Dogs right now. And maybe I'm just blind to it. But that's going to be out soon.
yeah. You see the big news from today though?
What's that?
Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh yeah, we'll see that. See that at E3.
They confirmed it. They better show some gameplay. Just like straight up gameplay.
What did they call them? The game is probably not.
EA to just like I know it's early. I just want to be surprised. I just want to be like, holy shit! I want them to pull back the curtains like behind the stage. It's just 64 PCs lined up, and then a Star Wars Battlefront match breaks out.
The only thing
full 15-minute match. It's done, and then they're like shipping July.
The only thing that we're gonna get from Star Wars Battlefront, and this is another game, guys, that we were just head over heels in love with after the showing last year was Battlefront. But all we're gonna get, Colin, is them reskinning Battlefield 4 with some Jedi Imperial Army stuff, and we're gonna get lasers effects on the bullets, and that's all you're gonna get, and some snow. Right, like that's it, or some Tatooine desert.
As long
feel.
as I see a force push through the trees, like we talked about, that's all that matters. As long as I see a force push knock over a forest, I'm on board. That's all I need.
Yeah, that's just so show off the physics.
Really, that same situation, they can just like open up the screen and then it's just like, and then you just see a forest just part way, and it's like, and then a speed racer comes flying through. or pod racer, speed racer.
Yeah, pod racer. I think
I'd be like, all right, that was good enough for me.
no. Listen, everybody who's watching. I think Colin is actually onto something. If they had it could literally be 15 seconds. If they had a 15-second trailer of a force push through some woods, the cleared woods, and then a pod racer came zipping through, and all they said was Star Wars Battlefront, people would be like,
But that's the thing, like,
I'm
take it
getting
one
it.
more level though. Like it fades to black, the second curtain opens up, and that's when you get your 64-player match. So everyone's like, "Oh, that was pretty cool," but they didn't show any gameplay, and you're like, "Oh, that was kind of lame." Then the next thing you know,
The curtain opens up, and then they have 64 players playing.
yep, and then the third curtain opens with the release date on a screen. It says coming out next month.
Yo, I swear.
That'd be the biggest hype shit ever.
If they did that though, if they did that, they'd have to do it the exact way, right? So they do the 15-second. Whoever's up demoing, from EA, is up demoing. Is Peter Moore still there? I don't even remember. So if Peter's there, he's up on stage. I don't know who it is right now. He's talking about Battlefront. They do the 15-second trailer. He just drops the mic and walks off, and then like literally drops the mic, walks off. The curtain spread. People are like, "Damn." Blown away. Blown away, right?
Just keep it going. Just keep it going.
So yeah, I mean that's a game we're definitely excited for. The other one is whatever Star Wars Force Unleashed game that comes out, which will be by one of the other studios that's with EA. Is it Visceral? Not Visceral.
Yeah,
Visceral.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that's probably be something else.
Cyberpunk 2077 looks really good too from Project Red. I don't know if they'll show anything. I think that game's like 2 or 3 years out from what I remember seeing. But they showed
Remind me those.
scene during E3 last year, which looked really cool. So, yeah, I think that covers like all the games I'm super excited to see. EA also announced today that they're the publisher for future Titanfall stuff. They partner with Respawn. Basically, they just vaguely said like, yeah, we're doing more with Respawn.
Yep.
And then they also mentioned that they were doing the show and the show date and time. So it's possible they'll show more news about Titanfall during the EA show.
That is true. I think the only other thing that I'm kind of interested in, I don't say kind of, I'm pretty interested in is we haven't talked about it in a while. It's Dying Light, which is that zombie game, first person like Mirror's Edge style. Parkouring zombie thing, which
that should be almost done, isn't it? When's the release?
It should be. I just haven't heard too. Again, it's another game that's been like under wraps for a while, and I'm looking forward to some stuff with it.
Yeah, it's coming out this year.
I want to know Alien Isolation, Beta Angel. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, it comes out this year, so I'm sure it'll be there in some capacity. So is the Lord of the Rings game that they showed from Monolith.
Kind of interested to see now what you guys are kind of looking forward to. E3 announcements. Again, this is real early, beginning of the month, but over the next few weeks we're going to hear a lot of stuff. We're going to have a lot of games to talk about. But Galva said it got delayed.
Which did? What got delayed?
Are you talking about Lord of the Rings or Alien Isolation?
He's probably talking about Dying Light. Yeah.
Dying Light.
Dying Light was originally supposed to come out really soon.
Okay. Dying Light's booth at PAX Prime is still haunting you. Hell Raid.
I'm still in
Calm Stick says Gears. We won't see anything from Gears until like 2016 though.
It'd be a while. Can you hear me, Kale?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, stream died for a second. It should be back up now.
Still good over here on YouTube, so don't worry, guys.
Time Warner killing it tonight. Actually, it could be Twitch. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I said Twitch was messing up earlier.
But yeah, I was dropping a bunch of frames, and now it just finally went down for just a few seconds. But yeah, we have anything else? Or are we ready to do a wrap? Want to do some Q&A?
Yeah, we'll do some Q&A. I did have Destiny's loot system in there in the image. They talked about it a little bit Pretty general stuff. They talked about it being personalized, specific to you. When with their loot system, so if you kill a mob, like only you see it, only you can pick it up and stuff like that. I want to say that's what Diablo 3.
That's what
A lot
most
of
MMOs do.
a lot of those action MMO style games are doing now. They were talking about a lot of the handcrafted armor that they've created. All of the stuff looks absolutely gorgeous. If you guys have seen some of the stuff that they showed off in that most recent video, which talks about, it was like an interview, it talks about the armor system, loot system, and stuff like that. But it sounds very like Diablo-ish to me. You know what I mean? From a armor loot system. So if you know Diablo, then you know what you're going to get into. Now, if you haven't, like I think if you've only played Halo and you love Bungie, and this is your first time with a game like this, like you're gonna be like, what?
Those guys are gonna be so shocked, anyways.
Yeah,
especially when they go to play multiplayer and it's like locked.
level
Must
15
level
minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I was like a little caught off guard on is so in the video when they talked about the level, like he was like, yeah, you could be a level 5 guy, and you know, you see someone that's a level 23, and you're like, oh my god, look at their armor, and I was like level 23. I was like, that's a really low level.
I think 30's the max, if I remember right.
30's the max?
I think.
Is
so.
it gonna be really slow, or are they trying to get you to end game quickly?
I think they kept it low so they can expand on it a bunch. Because remember they said it's gonna be like a 10-year thing. So
yeah,
like the next expansion will bump the level to 40. Then the next game or the next expansion will bump it to 50. And then they'll bump to 60 as they make new abilities. And they'll just keep going.
it's true.
Yeah, I have to admit, I was wrong on the beta date. They announced today that it's July. So I was off by 2 months. You said July? I think you said July 7th, right? Was your guess 7/7? So you got that one. I got the other two, though. I got the two harder ones, personally.
So on the show, though, we've been 3 for 3, so it doesn't matter. Either way, if we say, if you tuned in to Frag Logic...
we can cover that pretty easily. It's like, yeah, I predict they'll sell under 1 million copies. Yep, I predict they'll sell over 1 million copies.
We got it covered either way. I mean, if you tuned in, you got 100% correct answers. 100%.
March sales numbers for Titanfall, too. And they were right around where I predicted back before the show. It was like 950,000 for the U.S. alone. And that's not counting digital and all that stuff. So I imagine if you add it all up, you'd be like right around 1.5.
Yeah.
If you had Europe and that kind of stuff. So I think I said 1.5 to 1.8 was what I'd said back in the day.
So yeah, let me go ahead and switch to Q&A.
This Mitch gotta lose that composure.
Apparently, people think I'm losing my composure.
Yeah, there's a guy saying that someone was just yelling.
Yeah, he's just hype.
I think that
the energy.
Danny too.
Danny does. Danny sounds more panicky than tense.
Yeah. Stressed out. Merkin asked if E3 is supposed to have any division news. I haven't heard anything, but I hope they show some stuff.
Oh man,
I want to see like just straight gameplay of like different squads encountering each other in actual gameplay instead of like stage stuff. You know. I don't know if we see that, but yeah. When's the game supposed to come out? 2015? Did they bump it back? I don't think they ever committed to a date.
I would love it if the game came out this year. Awesome. I'd be torn on what I would play. And then, oh, you know, if you guys are going to E3, you're probably going to get to play that Evolve demo that I got to play at PAX East. Amazing. Expect long lines. Extremely long lines. You're going.
Was there, for the Titanfall League, we consider having 2 different league nights? Not right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult enough with just one. I want to get as many teams and players on the same night as possible is the goal. When's my next Titanfall montage? Probably won't do one. I've always done like montages during betas or early access, and then not done anything afterwards because
We hate montages.
I don't like montages. Yeah, like that's.
We've talked about it on the show. We're actually pretty hardcore against montages. Dreadful, you have a long list of games you want to see at E3?
I've got a lot more this year than last year, that's for sure.
Yeah. When's your next lesson series going to be, Colin?
So I'm putting all that on hold to work on the Titanfall League, just based on my personal opinion of what the community needs. I think that stuff's bigger, and it's more fulfilling for me. So I'm working on that instead for now.
On top of that,
might revisit it later.
On top of that, I'm still doing my stuff. So it's like you are still getting the like tips and stuff. So tips and tactics is like we try to alternate, and the only reason it's gonna get kind of chaotic. I have to do mine during the week now instead of the weekend, since on the weekend we're doing tournament stuff now. So I have no idea when I'm going to be able to edit the next one. I'm hoping that I'll have it ready to go, and I'm probably try to do 2 or 3 and post them like on Monday and Wednesday of next week. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on with Titanfall for us. Colin needs a lesson series on how to stay committed to making a lesson series.
It's true.
You didn't.
The Gears one fizzled out real quick too.
You did a lot though.
Hmm?
There's 19 lesson videos.
Yeah, but the Gears 3 one I did a bunch. I think it was easier because like my big thing is like doing a Titanfall lesson series now feels kind of counterproductive because I'm still learning how to play the game. Where like Gears, I've been playing for 3 years by the time I put videos up, you know? So like, that made more sense then. It'd be like the equivalent of like me walking into a golf pro shop because I've done a few holes, you know?
Right.
I've done a few holes. I've played a few courses. I don't know the terminology I'm looking for. I've gone 18. I've gone 18 a few times.
Done a few holes, huh?
Either, no.
Done a few holes, huh?
Just saying.
That's what you call them.
That'd be like me going that way.
That's what you call them, Colin, huh? Done a few holes, huh? Brutality. How many holes exactly have you done? Perhaps.
Hole 18.
Boy, gets around.
Telling people how to do holes. Just saying. What's my high score in gold? What is that even supposed to mean?
Confirmed. Colin plays with 18 holes. Set yourself up.
Oh,
I wish I could change. I would change the title of today's show. 18 holes.
18 holes with Skyless and Arctic.
No. Wait, no, I'm not involved. This is only you. What's your high score in golf?
Oh, high score in golf. I knew you could have a high score. I guess it'd be
I thought it was a low score.
My 19 I posted in putt-putt when I was 15 years old. It's my high score.
Your low score?
Yeah, same thing. Monster on the course that day.
Anyone else with the questions tonight? Now that Colin has completely derailed it to talking about his holes.
Golf.
Login error. Steam temporarily unavailable. Wow, LOL, Mel. If it says Steam temporarily unavailable, that is not a loadout issue. It's the key phrasing there being Steam, my good friend.
All right, I think we're going to close out.
All right.
Since I completely derailed our Q&A session.
There we go.
Well done. I got us out of here.
All right, guys.
You can close it out.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, Colin won't be talking about holes, and we can do a proper Q&A session to sign off. Both. Pico.
Waffles only.
Both.
Waffles are way better.
So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a good night, guys.